There's no knowing what you could discover while fishing in the depths of the seas other than what is typical. Here are some of the captures made by fishermen throughout the world that no one was intended to see, ranging from floating jackpots to strange monsters in the shadows. Megalodon Returns. In the past, not far away, a blockbuster movie, Meg, that showed what would happen if the Megalodon was discovered in present times. Megalodons were the largest sharks that ever existed, and they are now extinct. Scientific research has shown that megalodons varied in length from 50 to 59 feet. They apparently vanished from the Earth about 3.6 million years ago, and certain people speculate the shark swimming in this video might be one of them. Bewildered people rushed to take a glance at the huge animal. Some people identified it as a basking shark. These are gigantic but not aggressive or harmful. They can attain a size of up to 26 feet long and are regarded as the second largest shark existing at present after the whale shark. Assertions that megalodons don't exist may not be wholly true, as the coelacanth, which was considered to be extinct, was caught some time ago. Massive catch. This capture was so enormous that word of it spread online. Since it weighed many tons, most animal lovers became alarmed by the capture since they thought it indicated a decline in the number of fish in the region. This video, which was released on the internet at random, depicts two fishermen who may have used a massive net to catch millions of fish. Fish flow all over the boat when one of the crew members loses control of the fish net. Typically, fishermen don't release young fish to prevent the species from becoming extinct. Skeleton of Mermaid. What you discover in the water might not always be to your taste. An unidentified source recorded a video of what appears to be a real decaying mermaid skeleton that was discovered on a beach while trying to catch some little fish in the sea. These little bones were found alongside a human-like head and tail bones, which were picked up out of curiosity and discarded as soon as they were aware of their true nature. There is a high likelihood that this was a juvenile mermaid that perished in some way or was maybe consumed by an apex predator. Many people believe that this may be a fake. Others believe it's quite trustworthy. Killer whales chase boat. Killer whales are pretty intelligent creatures. They can swim swiftly, reaching up to 56 miles an hour, and catching a boat going at a speed of 25 miles per hour is not a difficult task for them. These whales typically swim at around 3 to 4 miles an hour. In this footage, whales are moving approximately 25 miles per hour. However, they can go up to 40 miles in a short span. Some viewers commented that it might be a false video, however most of them don't find it a fraud, as killer whales are physiologically capable of attaining these high speeds. Fish eating shark. An amazing example of a dead fish trying to devour a shark was discovered by an Indian fisherman during mud fishing. As the mud began to dry up, it became stuck midway, and it's likely that it died as a result of being unable to move or get rid of the prey. The shark corpse was so firmly lodged in the fish's jaws that it would not budge with water or force. In light of this, the only option left was to cut the fish in half and detach the shark from it. Huge Maine lobster. In the state of Maine, a handful of fishermen managed to catch a massive female lobster. The largest lobster they have ever captured was over a pound in weight and as long as his arm. On its back were tens of thousands of tiny eggs. Moreover, the lobster was released together with some treats because large lobsters are really uncommon. According to legend, each female lobster can contain 10,000 eggs per pound. Thus, if this lobster weighs 7 to 8 pounds, it might have about 70,000 to 80,000 eggs. Fish in a whale. A whale unintentionally beached itself on the Mexican shore while engaged in a vigorous pursuit of its prey. The villagers then discovered something in the whale's mouth as they struggled to keep it submerged in water. Its mouth was strangely occupied by a large fish. The whale unintentionally beached itself while attempting to grab its prey, according to a local marine researcher. The whale was hauled back into the sea while being roped to boats with the aid of a fisherman after putting in numerous hours. Giant marlin jumps onto boat. No, we're not talking about Marlin from Finding Nemo. Marlin fishing is considered one of the top activities in game fishing because they are fierce and powerful sea creatures. Marlin are better identified by their spear-like snout and their dorsal fin on their lengthy body. Catching them can be quite an adventure, even a dangerous one, not only because they're kind of rare, but also they're among the fastest marine swimmers. It includes around 10 species, but the most pursued are the Atlantic blue marlin. Sometimes, in order to defend themselves after being captured, they jump directly onto the boat, scaring the fishermen and trying to escape. A brave plan venturing into the lion's den. Strangest looking fish. It's possible that a fish with this appearance is a previously unidentified species that was just caught. A large, strange-looking fish was captured in Colombia in February 2019 while fishing after being tangled in the line. It had a very unusual appearance, from its fins, tails and haphazard spines to the entire structure of its body. Its exterior skin was covered with bone-like shards all throughout, and it had fur-like material covering its eyes and lips. However, it was decided to let go of the fish and return it to the sea because of its rarity and unfamiliarity. Cyclops albino shark. These types of animals would undoubtedly increase people's dread of sharks. An incredibly unusual capture obtained by a Mexican fisherman in the Sea of Cortez was a single-eyed albino cyclops shark. He came across a pregnant shark while fishing after it became entangled in a line and had its fetus ripped apart. The fisherman examined the remnants and found this strange-looking shark with only one eye in the front. Marine researchers examined the discovery and proclaimed it to be the first of its type to be officially validated. The origin of the discovery was attributed to the sea's quick rise in pollution. Humpback whale almost swallows diver. After watching Finding Nemo, we sure believe that we're able to speak whale as good as our friend Dory. However, just like Dory and Marlin, we can also just be food to these massive animals. That's what happened in this video taken in 2013 by a group of divers who were nearly swallowed. Near the California coast, the video shows the quiet water until a huge number of fish appears, swirling next to the divers. That's when two humpback whales surfaced from the underwater just feet away from the divers and almost gobbled them. Thankfully, whales don't like humans in their dinner. They prefer eating tiny krill and fish. Still, that was a close call. Ancient mummified mermaid. We were unable to locate a true mermaid in spite of all the advances in technology, which is quite humiliating. A strange-looking creature was supposedly found in the Pacific Ocean off the Japanese island of Shikoku in March of last year. After rigorous analysis by marine biologists and archaeologists and identification of its human face and tail, it was discovered to be an ancient mermaid from the time between 1736 and 1741. The body was preserved through mummification and is presently placed at a shrine in Ashkuchu. At this point, either we were unable to find any real mermaids, or they just vanished. Fishermen hit jackpot. More than just fish and whales can occasionally be found in the water. For example, a Yemeni fisherman struck it rich when he discovered a whale that was dead with a 127-kilogram chunk of ambergris within its gut, a material that is utilized to stabilize the aroma of perfumes and is referred to as floating gold. Normally, these fishermen barely make ends meet, but after selling the ambergris to an Amaretti businessman for more than $1.5 million, they're now able to live well. Despite the size of this payment, the fishermen won't be giving up their jobs anytime soon. Jackpot bluefin tuna catch. Well, we're certainly not talking about the kind of fish you can find in the thousands of cans in a supermarket. Bluefin are the largest tuna, with a weight of up to 680 kilograms and a length of up to 3.7 meters. These animals are super fast and can dive 3,000 feet. They can live up to 40 years, except if they're caught and killed. Sadly, they're declared as endangered and have become extinct in the Black Sea. There are three different kinds: the Atlantic, which is the largest, Pacific, and Southern. The Atlantic bluefin tuna is not only highly prized as food, but also attracts a lot of attention from scientists, fishermen, and writers. They're also very common in the Japanese raw fish market as sushi and sashimi. In 1934, near Liverpool, the longest contest between men and tuna fish was recorded when 6 men tried to capture a 164 to 363 kilogram tuna for 62 hours. Giant manta ray. Other fortunate fishermen struck the jackpot after making a significant discovery in 2020, giving Indian fisherman Subhash Sala the opportunity of a lifetime. 2 enormous manta rays, one weighing 750 kilograms and the other more than 250 kilograms, were trapped in a large haul. The fisherman disclosed that he went deep-sea fishing at Mangalore Rock off the Melpay port on the Karnataka coast in order to make the enormous catch. At the harbour, a great audience gathered to see the rays being hoisted by cranes. These enormous manta rays, which may be transported for a lucrative price, are known to be an endangered species. Before we move further with this video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Shark catch bait. Have you ever been successful in catching a large shark by just tossing the fishing line at a beach? While many in Australia struggle to make even a single catch, a crew of young guns and a fishing team unintentionally captured a large shark that just so happened to be close to the shore. They measured its length, breadth and weight and decided to let it go. They gently hooked on the fishing line after pulling it out. Would you be willing to let go of anything in this way? Please share with us in the comments. World record catfish. The biggest albino catfish in the world was reportedly captured by British angler Bernie Campbell in 2013. He managed to catch a rare fish species while fishing on the River Ebro close to Barcelona, Spain. The capture weighed 10 pounds more than the previous world record. The likelihood of catching this catfish, which was 2.7 meters long and weighed 227 pounds, was 1 in 5,000. For the sake of the species' survival, Bernie Campbell made the decision to return the enormous catfish to the river. Unknown fish caught. Have you ever caught a fish and thought it wasn't quite right to be a fish? A group of fishermen landed a fish that was as long as a piece of cloth, hollow, and had a slim body. Over the face there was hardly any skin surface at all. Despite having fished for many years and according to a generational family custom, they were unable to identify the kind or species of this fish. Could that be an eel of some type or an oarfish? Please let us know in the comments if you have any other information about this fish. Unidentified catch. Before it ever ends permanently, moments like these rekindle the horror of the Black Seas. In May 2012, a group of fishermen in rough waters discovered something really strange while going about their routine of capturing fish. They only recognized anything strange while drawing the net up. Before they could get a clear look at it and figure out what it was, it began to struggle ferociously and engulfed the fisherman, who was already terrified of the unknown. One of the fishermen immediately reacted by dropping the net back into the water. It was widely believed that the fisherman may have unintentionally caught a mermaid. Russian fishermen asleep on the job. Another technique used in colder places is ice fishing. This can be a very interesting method that sometimes requires a lot of patience. Opening a hole in the ice and using fish hooks or spears, a lot of people enjoy this kind of activity. Some even may be obsessed with it. But how much is enough? In this video we see a man fishing, or should we say sleeping. He's laying on the ice floor when a person walks to ask him if he's okay. He says he's fishing. Well, we cannot be really sure about what he was doing, but maybe it's accurate to say that his belly was really cold. He might be a little drunk as well. Whale lets tourists touch. One such moment occurred to a group of travelers when they were on an ocean cruise. The travelers came upon a group of enormous grey whales that were amenable to playing with them. The clip shows the marine creatures swimming up to the side of the boat, allowing the passengers to stroke its head and even giving one of them a kiss. According to its position, the animal appears to be encouraging before parting ways with its fun intents. The whale even briefly began propelling the boat, striking all of its occupants who managed to trap it. Babies scooped in mouth. You may not be the preferred child if your parents have never picked you up in a similar way. Wildlife specialists were able to capture a particularly memorable moment between a mother crocodile and her offspring while observing the mother's behavior. They placed a mock crocodile with a camera showing how the mother crocodile picks up her young in the mouth while teaching them to swim. Aware that they are not secure on land, even if the camera is submerged in water, it continues to record. I sincerely appreciate you watching this video. To ensure you don't miss any new episodes, like, share and press the bell button on the channel.